Legend of Vox Machina premieres January 20th, only on Prime Video.
So I can only imagine how hard it is to compress hours worth of content from the Conclave arc into a season. But what was something you felt you were better able to represent or flesh out in the animated series?
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
I mean, just jumping off through the animated series, it gives us the opportunity to see narrative perspectives outside of Vox Machina. You know, when you're playing a game at the table, you're very focused on the POV of the players and their characters. But now in animation, we get to go and see like the machinations of the Conclave debating and plotting amongst themselves. We get to see other NPCs in parts of the world that are, you know, concurrently affected or you know, dealing with these circumstances. And so it definitely kind of opens the possibilities of seeing these different perspectives that previously we didn't get a chance to.
I love that. Travis, did you have something to add?
I would just add, I mean, the descriptions that Matt Mercer gives when we play are so vivid and detailed. It paints a brilliant picture by itself. And, you know, we were always curious, is the animated series going to live up to that? And Titmouth animation just crushes it. So whether they're describing scenes from the calamity or the attack on Amon or any of those things, I think the audience will just be really, really pleased by what's in store for them.
I love the depth of the backstories this season, especially Grog. You were able to be more than just comic relief, which was fantastic. What was it like taking these characters that you've lived with for so many years and really having to synthesize down those backstories?
It was an interesting thing. I mean, because also those backstories took, you know, multiple episodes. And so we had to figure out how are we going to shove those things into the season 2 arc, knowing that we have a season 3 beyond it, thankfully, so we can set some of that up to complete some of those stories or just get them at least launched in the right way. But, you know, for a lot of characters, it's about the backstory of their arc and then also how do they relate with the other characters of the group. There are some budding romances. There's some friction maybe that starts to show as the pressure starts to build. So that was also really, really fun as well.
Ashley, I'd love to hear you because obviously your character and, you know, Pike and Grog, we get to learn a lot more about where they come from in this season.
Yes. That was this was my first TTRPG character that I played. And so being able to present Grog and Pike's friendship, taking it from the table and putting it on screen and being able to explore parts of the story that we didn't in the game, you know, of how Pike and Grog actually met and what they went through and why they're such good friends. And there's such a funny, weird friendship. And Travis is like my older brother. We both pick on each other. We both make each other laugh. We both are button pushers. And so I think it's funny because even when we first started playing at the table, it's funny how naturally I feel like the two of us were already both played similarly and had that same sort of personality, and it just it worked. And so Pike and Grog just became best buddies. And being able to show that our weird, funny little friendship is just, I'm so glad we get to bring it to screen.
Yeah. And tell us about you. Tell us what about you.
Oh man, I'm here for finally getting everybody's backstory. I keep thinking about Grog's backstory specifically, if I had to hit that, and I don't know. I'm very excited for this.
Yeah.
I think Taliesin's excited to not have the spotlight so focused on.
Oh my god!
Season.
Not my damage, which is really nice. Thank you. It's really nice to see other people and other moments of the game, and God, the Grog story, I'm super happy about.
Peeking in on other people's trauma.
Thank God.
Yeah. So obviously one of the big differences is, you know, in the animated show, you guys can't be carrying around tons of weapons and gear and all of this, but we had some really fun magical items this season, the Sword of Vengeance, the Belt of Giant Strength, the Flying Broom. What were some of your favorite magical items that you've been able to incorporate into the animated series?
I mean, a belt that gives you a beard is going to be a win any day of the week.
We're so subtle about the bag of holding. We're super subtle about the bag of holding. I like that it's just never commented on.
Yeah.
Magical bag. I think
I
also.
mean, that's
I was going to say also because when you play, these games, you have so many different items that give you different abilities, and it's hard to convey that. But some of these abilities become very important to these characters as they go forward and what their power sets are. So being able to kind of like combine a few of them and take some abilities that existed across different items and kind of merge them into one of the vestiges and things like that was a fun challenge, but a cool way to make it unique too.
Yeah, Ashley, you were going to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say that I wish a bag of holding were real, because how cool would it be to have a bag where it's just small, but you could put a bunch of shit in it?
Right. I mean, I feel like that's been done in other fantasy shows before, but thank you guys so much for taking thank you so much for taking the time, and I'm sure everyone's going to love season 2.
Thank you so much, Linsay.